Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Haber of Boeing Commercial Airplanes. For the next in our installment of how we're putting together this beautiful 777X airplane family, my plan was to not let you know exactly where we were for a little while, but I think my clothing might be giving a little of that away. Those of you that have been with us on this journey, we have been to the autoclave where the 777X wings were baked in the autoclaves. We've flown the 777X from the flight deck. We've been inside the 777X fuel tank in the factory. But today is really, really a special day. And by the way, if you want to see those other journeys, those other parts of our journey, you can go to Boeing.com to the 777X reveal site. You can go to Facebook. You can go to Twitter. You can see all the videos of everything we've done. But today is really, really a special day. Today, we're going to see something that we don't show on the tours, we don't normally show to the public. I am standing in, probably figured it out, I am standing in one of the Boeing Paint hangars here in beautiful Everett, Washington. And I'm wearing this gear because this is the protective gear that's required of employees that work in this space. They're not going to do any painting today, so I think I'm okay. So that's where I am in the building, and it's a really big building. Now, where am I? What am I standing beneath? Above me and behind me and all around me is WH-001, the first 777X that will fly. Remember, W is for 777, H is for 777X. WA was the very first 777. WE is the 777-300, for example. WH-001. We're here in the paint hangar where this airplane is going to be painted. It's very, very exciting to be here. We see people already from around the world are tuning in from Mexico, Canada, the UK, the Middle East, everywhere. People want to see what's going on in this wonderful airplane. It's so fantastic to be standing here beneath WH-001. Now, in order to prepare this airplane for all of our wonderful customers, and this is going to be the first one, this will be the flight test airplane, every airplane has to have, we call it in the aviation business, we call it a livery. And so there are unique liveries. This airplane will be painted in the new Boeing unified livery, but each customer wants their own brand, wants their own paint scheme, wants their own livery. And these are the people here in this building that do that. They're the ones that take the customer's desires and create this beautiful, beautiful airplane. And you know, I've worked for Boeing for a long time, never been in here. It's quite the place. But what I really want to do, we've got, people are just coming in from all over. Istanbul, Slovenia, Hong Kong, the Emirates, New Zealand, all around the world. People want to understand a little bit about how our airplanes are painted. And I think what I'd like to do now, when we talk about these liveries, we've got two people today that do this for a living. This is their job. They're the ones that create these beautiful airplanes that people around the world see for years and years and years. And so I would like to bring in my first guest to talk about the Boeing painting, and his name is Kaylee Crane. Kaylee, you want to come in? Kaylee, welcome. Thanks for letting us into your paint house here. You know, as I do this on all of our broadcasts, people want to know. They want to know a little bit about you. And by the way, you can, if you want, say hi to your wife. Kaylee's wife is out there watching, and so it was really important, I think, that you say hi to her. But tell us a little bit about how long you've been at Boeing, what you do, and then we'll get into the details of painting.
Okay. First of all, hi, Mackenzie.
Cool.
Like I said, my name is Kaylee Crane. I've been here for 12 years. Started in this hangar, and I worked right hand front of the airplane, and yeah, it's a great job. I really enjoy it still after 12 years.
So you're painting a 777X. About how long will it take to paint?
Usually planes take between 4 and 7 days. Depends on how complex the livery is.
What about this one, since this is the first one?
This one will take, on the longer end, 7 or more days because of the new livery, something we've never done before. So,
and I know these are things people want to know. About how much paint does it take to paint this beautiful 777X?
Between about 300 to 400 gallons.
Wow.
A lot of paint.
Do my house with the leftover.
Yeah.
So what I'd like for you to do is, could you tell us a little bit about the process of how your team and the people here how they go about painting the airplane.
Sure, I'd love to. So first, they come in, 777s, and they come in with this temporary protective coating. So we remove that, then we'll start the surface prep. It's a lot of hand prep, and then we'll wash it, get it clean, ready for prime. Then mask it up, prime it, and once that's dry, we'll do a base color, usually white, whatever the dominant color is. And then from there, we'll start doing the masking and putting up logos and all the custom things for that customer.
Wow. So tell me a little bit more about the hand prep. You mean people wash it by hand?
Yeah.
Wow.
We have different tools we use, and it's all done by hand.
So you've worked on a lot of these. What's the most interesting livery that you've worked on?
I worked on the first 87.
Cool.
That was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've worked on the Star Wars A&A plane, the Qantas with the Yam City livery on it. Any complex plane like that has been a lot of fun.
So okay, just between you and me, is this really a fun job?
Oh, yeah.
Super fun job.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
So let's see. We have some questions. We have some questions coming in. First thing. Oh, hang on a second. Oh my gosh. Kuwait, Philippines, Peru, Pakistan, Argentina, from the Middle East, Taiwan, Antarctica, Julie, Antarctica. Yeah. Okay, we're all over the place. So we have some questions coming in about how big is the crew that does this painting? How many people does it usually take?
We have about a 12-man crew, and then there's support roles. We have our own paint mixer. We have a team lead that runs the crew, and then we have a hazardous waste handler, and then someone that checks out tools. So all important key roles to help us.
How many shifts do you work?
3 shifts, 24-hour operation.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. That's really
Non-stop.
that's really something. So do we have some other questions? Oh, great question. Is it different painting I guess you're going to find this out. Is it different painting a 777X than a 777?
Yeah, it's not just the size is different, a little bit bigger. Then we have some different shapes to the plane, so there's going to be some challenges and some learning along the way. But it's going to be the same processes and it's the same thing we've been doing.
Is this the longest airplane you've ever painted?
I believe so. I believe it's just a little longer than the 747.
That's cool. All right. Hey, Kaylee, I want you to do me a favor. First of all, thanks for doing this. I want you to do me a favor and stand by because we're going to. Another question. How long does it take? This is a great question. Then we'll bring in our next guest. How long does it take the paint to dry?
We heat cure to about 120 degrees.
Really?
So it takes about 4 or 5 hours, depending on the coating.
Cool. Thanks. What a great question. So, Kaylee, stand by. Really important. I'm going to bring in my next guest. He's the manager, one of the managers here at the paint facility. His name is Steve Bostron. Kaylee, thanks. Stand by. Hand the mic over to Steve.
Morning, Jeff.
Hi, Steve. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay. You want to get that mic up there? I know you're a veteran media guy.
Yeah.
But we want people to hear you. So this is, as I said, this is Steve Bostron. Steve, tell us a little bit about your history here in painting Boeing airplanes.
So I've been in paint operations for 31 years in these hangars.
Really?
Yep. Started in the 47 models, painting those. Been a painter for 20 years, and then I went into management for about the last 11 years.
31 years. You must have been pretty young when you started.
Yes.
Because anyway. So could you give us a little history of the paint facilities here, the hangars? How many are they? Like, when were they built? Any other information? Because I know people are really curious about this massive building.
Yeah, there's 4 hangars that we paint in today here in Everett. This one's the 4503 building. It was built in '85 to house a 767, and it's been gone through modifications the last couple years to now house 777 and 777X.
Cool. So having done this for 20 years, you said you've been painting?
I was painter for 20 years. Yes.
So tell us a little bit about which airplanes that are the most memorable for you, the ones that are most interesting. Just if I asked you what are like the top 3 or 4 airplanes that you painted, what would you say?
Well, all the first models for 47, 777, and in the 87s were all great memories. It's the start of the journey for the airplane itself, and it just builds from there for the customers and stuff like that. So all the first models for me was good.
Yeah. So speaking of that, folks out there, we'll be continuing to answer your questions because there's a ton of them coming in. We'll be continuing to answer your questions after the broadcast. So if there's a favorite livery that you've seen around the world that you have a question about, or you just want to shout out about, send it in the comment section, and we'll be sure to answer. So, Steve, there's a bunch of questions coming in, and so you want to do some questions?
Sure, I'll do.
So the first question is, can you say more about how you apply the paint? Do you use a spray gun?
Yeah, we use a couple different types of guns. We use electrostatic gun, which is we have high pressure and low pressure guns that we use to spray that.
And so there are platforms. Eric, have we shown the painting? Yeah, we're gonna show you. This is how we paint. As we're doing more questions, how we painted the first 787-9. There it is, taken off. So here we go. Here's the paint process. So what kind of paint is it? Is it like automotive paint?
Yeah, it's a urethane enamel type of paint.
You can see on the video. You could see the platforms that are applying this enamel kind of paint. Those platforms. This is where we are. We're standing right in the same building. You can move those platforms moves up and down. How hard is it to mark the plane and get all the lines and decals done?
There's engineering tooling on it, but it's a highly skilled operation for these guys to train to lay it out and get it sprayed. They're top of the game out here in their profession.
So you mask it with paper?
Yep, tape and paper.
Wow.
There's pre-mask for the logos, the stenciling, decals, that kind of stuff that they apply.
Another question: do you paint the wings and the body, or just the body?
The wings come to us painted, and then
Oh, really?
just the fuselage. Yes, sir.
So cool. Another question coming in. Is there a different? Oh, boy, there's some smart folks out there. Is there a difference in painting aluminum fuselages versus composite fuselages?
The prep is different, but the paint is the same.
So really, it's exactly the same. The same paint.
The aluminum airplanes require a primer, where the 787 with the ready-to-go top coat doesn't require that.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So here we are. It's quiet because they were quiet just for us. Beneath WH001, and now this will start the process that you saw in that video of being painted. And someone had a question about the paint. The paint was really great. So the designs, the artistry. So where do the designs come from when you do the really special ones?
The design group there's a group called Teague, and they design it. There's the initial sketch of the airplane, and then they engineer it to fit and give us the measurements and all the colors and that stuff like that. And the hand fades and stuff are all mechanically done by painters themselves, skilled people.
Really? Wow. Yeah. So Steve, hang on for just a second.
Sure.
I usually do this at the beginning of each broadcast, so now I'm going to do it at the end. I want to do a big thank you to our 777X customers that include ANA, Cathay, Emirates, Etihad, Lufthansa, Qatar, and Singapore. We think you're the best, and you are just going to love this big airplane I'm standing underneath. We'll see if there are a few more questions come in. But for those of you that have tuned in, you faithful folks that have been to a lot of these broadcasts, remember Boeing.com 777X reveal page. You can tune in there. Facebook and Twitter. As this airplane moves along on its journey, the next steps that go on will be rollout, and then first flight. And in 2020, we're going to deliver this airplane that's really, it's for the airlines, but it's going to be also for you, the passengers. It's going to be a beautiful passenger experience. It's going to be fuel efficient, 12% more fuel efficient than the competition. Sorry, I had to put that in. It's going to be a magnificent flying machine. It's really showing the future. The future of aviation is built right here at the Boeing Company in beautiful Everett, Washington. I want to see if there are some more questions. We'll take a couple more questions. We have a few more minutes, gang. Can we go? We have a few more minutes. So, wow. So this may be a hard one for you to answer, Steve. Why do you paint the airplane? What is the aerodynamically? Does the paint help, or is it for branding, or what's the rationale behind it?
It's pretty simple. It protects from corrosion.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So that's a great answer. So
and it's the branding of the liveries. I mean, you want to show your brand out there. So
yeah.
Other than that, it's advertising too.
Speaking of brand, remember this 777X will be painted blue in the new Boeing unified livery. So it's going to be quite the sight when it rolls out of this building as we prepare for rollout. So once again, I want to say thanks to you folks that have tuned into this broadcast. It's always great to have you here. Thanks to our customers and the people all around the world that are showing this tremendous interest in the 777X family of airplanes. It's just going to be beautiful. And I want to say thank you to Steve and to Kaylee for being a part of this broadcast. My name is Jeff Haber, and we'll see you as we continue on this journey to see the 777X family of airplanes take to the sky.